So, of course, we grew up together. Kami magpipinsan nila Ricky, May, and Ken. And Tito Ricky was always the strict tito in the family. As in, kinatatakutan talaga namin siya. And he always had like a strong presence. He was the strict one, opposite of my dad, Monching. And he was always kind of parang yung wise, like madaming tinuturo ganyan. Also, when it came to films, like bata pa lang kami, I think we were 8 years old and he made us watch The Shining. It was Halloween and he put us all in the sala. We were out of town in Subic. He made us watch The Shining. I was probably 9, Ricky May was like 7 or 6. He made us watch Jack Nicholson on Halloween. So, syempre, tutok na tutok kaming lahat kasi The Shining, nakakatakot. Tapos, sobrang bata pa namin. And then we look outside the window of the sliding door and he's standing behind the sheer curtain. Nakaganon. So, syempre, takot na takot kami kasi, do you remember? He went out to scare us. So, ito talaga si Tito Nong. Loko talaga to. We call him Tito Nong kasi he's also a Ninong. So, Tito Nong and Tita Na. And then, I would always hear stories from my mom na Tito Nong is actually really funny and friendly and like chill and like party. Tapos parang Tito Gets. Hindi yun yung pagkakakilala namin sa kanya. Kasi syempre, as kids, you know, he would drive like, I think, hanggang 50 kilometers per hour lang. And like, he was always very safe, very teaching us to be super careful and things like that. One time, we watched the movie again. So he would take us to watch movies. Siya talaga yung nagtuturo sa amin ng cinema and things like that. So he was the first one who brought us to Power Plant. When Power Plant first opened, with the backstory of Power Plant used to be a power plant, yung parang talaga siyang tour guide. So yeah, syempre tutok na tutok kami sa mga kwento ni Tito Nong. And then the movie, this is before the movie or after? So that is a Power Plant. I don't know if you guys are, of course, alam nyo yung merong potato corner doon, diba? Tapos meron yung where you buy your popcorn, ganyan. There used to be high chairs there. And then, yung parang bar stool na mayroong tables. Tito Nong sat on the bar stool, pero nalaglag siya. Parang hindi na sa loob ng upuan yung buong puwet niya. And he like slid like a turtle talaga, like gano'n. Sa gitna ng Power Plant. Kasi natulungan namin siya na kaya nabinibig. We all like dispersed and laughed at him. And then, pero, knowing Tito Ricky na very safety and like strict, imbis na makitawa siya sa amin, he proceeded to give us like a 30-minute lecture about how to properly fall on your butt without breaking anything. And saying na buti hindi tayo nasa Amerika kung di pwede siya mag-demanda. Kung nalang, pwede naman siyang malaglag, kung may mga nabalihan siya. So, that was like one of our core memories with Tito Nong. Kasi, dito sobrang laki ng tao, you never really see him, you know, stumble or anything. And then, I was lucky enough to work with him nung nag-umpisa na akong mag-artista. Ang swerte ko kasi he was the first director in the first ever teleserye na napasama ako. So inisip ko, ay salamat kasi at least yung director si Tito Nong. Hindi ako masyadong kakabahan. Sigurado ko alagaan niya ako kasi maawa naman siya sa akin. Bagong artista lang ako, hindi ko pa alam kung paano talaga. And he was very, very helpful. Like, he's the type of director, I'm sure a lot of you know, na i-aacted niya yung eksena, diba? So, gagayahin mo na lang to the best of your ability. Although, syempre, napakahusay niya, mahirap siyang gayahin ng 100%. So, come to my last day of shooting, ang eksena is mababaril ako. Tapos, i-reenact niya kung paano dapat mabaril. Okay, sobrang bagong artista ako. Hindi talaga ako marunong ng anything. First teleserye, kapatid ako ni Richard, teleserye ni Uncle Richard na ni Carla Abellana. And then, gusto niya, mababaril ako ng machine gun. Mga 6 na bala. Tapos, syempre in-acting niya. Pero yung acting niya, sabi niya, hindi ka malalaglag agad. Kailangan unti-unti kang malalaglag. So, in-acting niya, di ba? So, parang, okay, yes, pwede. Tapos, edi, unti-unting malalaglag ng slow-mo hanggang sa mapadapa sa lupa. Tapos pati yung ulo, unti-unting malalaglag. Ano ba ito? Okay. Yes, pwede. Tapos, so malapit na mag-take. Lumapit sa akin yung mga effects team. Tapos, kakabitan pala nila ako ng squib. So, squib is parang yung pumuputok na, it's like an effect pag nabaran ka sa TV. And first time ko makikita ng gano'n, parang mga 2 malalaking lalaki lumapit sa akin, tapos may dala-dala silang mga squib, may mga kable, mga 15 na kable. Parang ako, ano po yan? Sabi, yun nga yung puputok, parang kunyaring nabayan. Okay. Tapos ang daming kinabit, iaakit yung kable sa pants mo, hanggang dito, dun sa akin na bala na gusto niyang tumama sa akin. Tapos parang ako, direct, masakit ba to? Kasi first time ko lang po eh. Sabi niya, hindi mo sadyan. Nakagat ka na ba ng antik? Sabi niya, okay. Okay, sige, kaya. Sabi niya, oo, mga parang 20 antik lang yan. Okay, sige. Pero sobrang kinakabahan talaga ako kasi syempre, masakit yun eh, di ba? Anyway, kinabit na, tapos, di naman palang masakit. Pero sa nervyos ko, ang pangit-pangit nung ginawa kong eksena. Ayaw nyo lang makita. Ang pangit talaga kasi nagmukha akong T-Rex kasi gano'n na pagkamatay ko. Na sinabi ng nanay ko, anak, huwag mo nang uulitin. Tapos hindi na kami pwede mag-take 2 kasi kapag na ni Uncle Richard, hello, Tita Annabelle. Tapos, sa sobrang pangit nung ginawa kong eksena, hindi ako binigyan ng teleserye for 1 year. As in, nagka-crisis na ako nagpapapag nag-artista. Anyway, luckily, a few years later, si Direk Ricky yung director ko ulit sa isang teleserye naman sa GMD. So, I said, okay, yes, makakabawi ako kay Direk, gagalingan ko na ganyan. So, syempre, alam niyo naman si Direk Ricky, talagang mahal na mahal niya ang trabaho niya, sobrang workaholic yan. He's always working on a project. At hindi siya sumusuko. Nandito si Miss Michelle yung BP namin. Hi, Miss Michelle! Bawat taping namin doon hanggang 7 a.m. Pero gusto ko magpatunay sa kanya na, mas magaling na ako ngayon, direct kaya ko na to. To the point na inaasip na ako sa eksena kasi hindi ko lang pagod na talaga ako. Pero Ricky talagang super dedicated to his job. He taught us all so much. Minsan nagpapagalitan kami kapag naglalaro-laro kami. Pero lahat ng tinuro niya sa amin, lalo sa mga batang artista, talagang it really prepared us for everything else na pagdadaanan namin. And hindi siya naging madamot sa mga payo at sa kwento. And even though he was such a workaholic, every lunch break, all he would talk about was you guys. All he would talk about was like Ken and Ricky May and Ara and Eddie. Minsan may mga pinipirmahan siyang papeles. It's like, ano yan? Like, just for Ken, for Ricky May. So talagang nabalansin niya yung pagmamahal niya sa trabaho and yung pagmamahal niya sa pamilya niya. Like, it was really the thing he was proud of the most. So, ayun, Tito Nong, ano ba bang sasabihin ko? Okay. One of the last times that I hung out naman with Tito Nong was last year in your house, remember? Oo. Tapos, ang gusto niyang gawin, panoorin namin yung pelikula niya. Ricky Tagaw and Cynthia Luster. Yes. Oo. Kasi sabi ko, Tito Nong, yung next show ko medyo action. Lavender Fields. Talaga ba? Ako gumagawa lahat ng stunts ko. So, yung birthday party sa bahay, naging film viewing. We watched the entire pinapaliwanag niya bawat stunt. At meron pang stunt na proud siya kasi sumabit siya sa helicopter na wala siyang stunt double. And talaga namang nakakamangha, and we're so grateful to get, the first-hand experience of all his, career experiences and his love for the job. And sobrang proud lang kami, I think, to be part of his family. And I don't know, honestly, hindi pa talaga nagsisink. And like, this feels kind of like taping. Kasi meron din akong isang last na kay Tito Ricky. Siya yung tatay ko dati sa teleserye, but he was also the director. Pero nag-cameo siya bilang tatay ko, tapos yung role ng tatay, mamamatay. So may eksena na nasa kabaong siya, pero nagdidirect siya. Kaya siya nakadedicated sa trabaho niya, kasi nakahiga siya. Pero, yan, close up mo yun, close up mo yun. Sige, nasa na niya. Tapos kakatok na lang siya, cut. So, I'm very lucky to have known him as family and as work. And we love you, Tito Nong. And hindi ko na alam kung paano to, but we love you, and thank you so much everyone for loving him the way we do.